From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update. Your weekend weather update is made possible by Caltrans District 2.
Hey folks, good evening. Hope you had a nice weekend so far. Cooling down as we head through this evening from the valley, we're talking Lakehead really down to Chico. We're probably going to stay in the upper 60s, lower 70s. We're not getting much cooler than that, to be quite honest with you. Rest of us along the coast from Trinity County up to Siskiyou County, Modoc County, and the eastern mountains, we're going to be staying pretty steady there in the mid 50s when all is said and done with it through tonight and into tomorrow morning. Now, also do want to mention we're still holding that fire weather warning for the next couple of hours up in Modoc County. That's set to expire here at 8. So like I said, a couple more hours. That's Modoc County, except for Surprise Valley, so that's where the fire zone is there. No surprise either. I was talking about this afternoon and yesterday that we were talking about those more elevated fire chances, right? We were talking about that just recently, and I still think those will hold for the next couple of days. So just because we don't see those red flag warnings, well, I still think you should take precautions because it is fire season, right? That much is for sure. Here's your precipitation outlook. Speaking of fire weather, things like that, we're going to be below average here as we wrap up June and head into the first week of July. I really do think that as we head into that time frame, we just don't see much activity, right? We're going to stay also relatively above average in terms of temperatures. I do think we start creeping back down to more typical temperatures as we head over the next few days, but we're still going to be hot. So when I say cool down, it's all relative. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Notice those upper 90s for the next couple of days. Those do turn into mid to upper 80s, so there is that cool down in here in Weaverville, for example. So you do see that, but still going to be pretty toasty out there. But for a few days, I think we'll be back to average. Of course, you don't see those trends along the coast as much, but if you're tired of the heat, head out there because you're going to get that nice 60s range sticking around there. A little further inland, though, of course, you start noticing those 80s and 90s for tomorrow. Hold those for the next several days. Thursday, well, we might see some upper 70s mixed in there out here inland and towards Trinity County, Siskiyou County as well. Mount Shasta City, for example, Wednesday and a Thursday, you really see that cool down for those 80s taking back over, but still, for tomorrow, I think we're going to be holding steady with those 90s. Check it out in Wairika at 94, Hornbrook at 96, and Happy Camp at 97. Then past Mount Shasta City, you start seeing those mid to upper 80s take back over. And then out towards Modoc County, I think you also see that trend pretty good too. Upper 80s near 90 as you head through tomorrow. Gusty winds out of the south and southwest at 10-15 miles an hour with 80s kind of hovering there, maybe right near 80 as we head towards Thursday. I think Thursday is probably going to be the coolest day of the week across the area as that system takes hold. We're starting to hone in on that solution. Of course, we've been talking the end of the week, but looks like Wednesday-ish, Thursday especially, really is the time frame to watch. And you can see that here in Susanville as well. Of course, tomorrow, got those widespread 80s and 90s, but check it out here. Those 90s turn into 80s on Thursday, and we're talking about mid-80s there as well. Now over here through the valley, looks like that's also true down here, but we're not going to be breaking much lower than I would say mid-90s, maybe some lower 90s. Now, of course, south here, Chico, we're talking from Corning south, maybe a couple triple digits. We might be right there at the precipice, 99, 100 for the next couple of days, but Thursday, Friday, that turns into 94, 95. So, mid-90s, that's kind of what you can expect in that time frame. But through tomorrow, from Lakehead all the way down to Red Bluff, we're going to be talking triple digits, right? 99 to 100, and I think we hold this through about Tuesday as well. But then notice that same time frame I'm talking about, Thursday, Friday, that also turns into mid-90s. So we might get back down to, like I said, maybe near average temperatures, but still, it's definitely June here in the North State. Thanks for joining me this weekend, folks. Mike will be with you all week to see how this forecast evolves, fresh from the Weather NorCal Command Center. And I'll speak to you next weekend.